Hey NPL fans, welcome to the first game of the week for Season 5, Week 1. I am your host, Matt, and usually there will be another host here. His name is Beige, but unfortunately he could not make it out to this recording, but hopefully you guys will see him in Week 2's game of the week. Now, basically what we do in this series is we pick out what we think is the best game of the week, and in this for this week we said that the Florida for Alligators Boston Beedoo's team was the best game of the week. Now I'll explain why it was the best of the week at the end of this, but first off, I just want to point out some of really just great preps that the teams had. So first off, I want to point out how well Scarm, or this is pretty much just all for Top Tier Boy, as I really do like his prep for Beedoo's team, because you'll see in the match how important Shed Shell Scarm is, because it pretty much saved him just losing the Mega Beedrill. Because if he didn't have it, it would have died off, and you'll see later in the game. So, also, I really liked Scarfuxie. Scarfuxie was really good prep on his part, as it's a really good just revenge killer for Mega Beedrill. Because, of course, I wouldn't. I'm pretty sure Beedoof didn't expect the Scarfuxie. And as well, Clef on Top Tier Boy's team had super effective moves for all of Beedoof's mods, which is really, really important. Especially since this Life Orb is going to be doing a lot of damage to a lot of mods too. So, just looking over the mods that the teams didn't brought. Hoopa Unbound, I understand, as he has a lot of U-tuners. Of course, you got Mega Beedrill. You also have things like U-turn Mandibuzz, which can threaten it out. And even stuff like Signal Beam Gothitelle and Signal Beam Shanny can scare it out. And of course, you have bug types like Leavanny there too. Another thing is Lando T. I understand on Beedoo's part, as he has Gastro, Clefable. If he could bring Ice Beam Clefable, which I'm not sure if he brought, and even stuff like Scarm and all that. So yeah, I think. Oh yeah, one more thing. Both teams. This is important. Both teams have the best Volt Switch and U-turners on their team. On each respectable team, as the Beedoofs have Beedrill, which is arguably the best U-turner in the entire game, and the for Alligators have the best Volt Switcher, being Mega Manectric. So, however, both teams have really good counters to them, as Gudra can just come in on Mega Manectric for free pretty much, and Scarm can just come in for free on Mega Beedrill. And now, I think with that, we can get straight into the battle. That'll be explained to plays too. So, we have the Leavanny Manectric lead. Now, obviously, Beedoof wants to get his webs up right away, as Top Tier Boy has two plays. He can either go for Flamethrower, which I didn't even think he brought this week, but he could go for Flamethrower and hope for a burn, or he can go for Volt Switch, breaking its sash, because if he just went for Flamethrower for a burn, then that'll be Leavanny out of the way. So, we'll see here that Top Tier Boy does go for the Volt Switch, and Beedoof does go for Sticky Webs, and Top Tier Boy decides to go into his Scarm. Now, this is a very, next two turns are very important, as we're going to see the default, get rid of the webs. However, this is where great prep comes in. Let me go back one last turn. Oh, whoops. So, this right here could have been pretty much the end of the match, as when Scarm is gone, nothing can really check Mega Beedrill on his team. Everything pretty much just dies. However, since he is Shed Shell Scarm, this really is where the good prep comes in, because he could just go for T-Bolt to KO him, and everything is just going to drop to Mega Beedrill. So, as you can see, he is in fact Shed Shell, which this proves how well great prep could be. However, this is where I really feel where Top Tier Boy really messed up, as he did not know that Gothitelle got Energy Ball. Where this is just an advice to all League players. Please make sure you take a look into your other Mons, to your other opponent's team. As you can see, it kills his counter to Shandy, which now Shandy can pretty much just obliterate or not obliterate, but it can come in now for freely, and Top Tier Boy has to sack something. So as you can see, he goes for Scald, doesn't get a burn, and he could just go for an Larry Ball, and there goes Gastrodon, the first loss of the match. Now here he goes for Taunt here. Obviously I don't think he wants to get rocks, so Shandy and Beedrill don't appreciate those rocks. I'm pretty sure that's why he went for Taunt on Skarmory too, as he didn't want spikes or what have you to go up, so Shandy and Beedrill can breathe more freely. So he's gonna go for Taunt as he goes for Shadow Ball. Crit didn't really matter, still 2 to KO. I'm pretty sure, I'm not sure, might have mattered, but Crit Thunderbolt didn't really matter, as it didn't really do anything else to the match. Now at this point he could just go freely and just Poison Jab or just Mega Evolve freely. Bidoof can, as he decides to go into Skarmory. Now this is where he really shouldn't have sacked off his Gastro, as he has to sack something here. And actually he did get a max roll on max roll. Max roll is 53% from a Brave Bird onto Shandy. If it is defensive, which it is, to a Scarf Shandy, it does in fact do 53 max. So that mattered because it did 3 KO, but and now it now makes Shandy not able to breathe as much anymore, and he can't come in as freely. So he decides to sack off his Clefable to the Shandy. Now he goes into his waves here. Now this is where he could just instantly just go into Goodra, no doubt about it. You just go in your Goodra. And another thing, this is I don't think Top Tier Boy didn't know that he should have studied his grass type moves, or who got him on his team, because as we can see here, he power whips, bringing him down to his sash. Because I guess another thing is that it's good he taunted, because if he taunted, quick attack from Diggersby would kill Mega Beedrill, which once he gets rid of the Skarm, can just come in for freely. So I think this is another misplay on Top Tier Boy's part, not knowing that Goodra got power whip. But he could just go for a turn, kill it, and he could just come into Shandy and just kill it off. He decides to go in waves here, and Mega Manectric, and he decides to sack off his Leavanny. Leavanny doesn't really do anything else to his Mons, so I agree with that play 100%. Now we could just go straight for the U-turn, and of course he is going to go into his Skarm here. Now this is another thing, if he still had Gastro, he could just go into this, but not anymore, I guess. He decides to go into Uxie, as he could just go straight into Mandibuzz, and it's basically forcing him to go for the Psychic type move. but he actually goes for the Shadow Ball, predicting the Shandy. As you can just go straight for the U-turn, go back into your Shandy, and pretty much just sack off your Skarmory, as Mega Beedrill pretty much finishes off the game, if he wasn't Scarf Uxie, of course, but as he's just going to Volt Switch out into his Uxie, as this is where the Scarf Uxie comes in. As I would agree with that play. I would agree. I mean, he could have gone both ways. If he went into his Mandy and he went for T-Bolt, he would just pretty much have to sack off his Mandy, or I'm pretty sure it's still 2 KO'd, or I'm pretty sure with 3 KO with Thunderbolt since Pokemon, but he could just play rough twice and I would get out of the way. And of course, so either way, Top Tier Boy lost in this situation. So as you can see, he's forced to go for the Side Shock and sack off his Uxie. As you will see, it is Wakanberry, like I said. It didn't really matter because he still lived, since he was, or he wasn't special defensive, but he would have lived the T-Bolt anyway from that range if he wasn't Wakanberry. But still, that is the game. Beedoof won 1-0. Now, we picked this to be the best match because a lot of the plays, it was like not a one-sided match, and it really like came down to 1, great prep, and 2, just knowing your mons pretty much. So good game on both battlers' part. And on that note, I guess I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.